You do not need to do more techniques. You don't need to try and believe more than you do now, and here's why. Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to my channel. I'm a manifestation and relationship mentor, and this channel is all about merging spirituality and psychology so you can manifest your relationships faster. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss overdoing manifesting techniques. And I'm going to explain why it might be that you are relying on techniques and what to do about it so that you just have a more easier time, because I know mental dieting and trying to change your thoughts all the time and visualizing and meditating and affirming, it becomes exhausting. And this isn't what it was supposed to be about. This is supposed to be a journey of expansion and growth. But in the community, we are encouraged to overdo techniques and we are encouraged to stay in the state no matter what. But I want to remind you actually that Neville Goddard stated that it's the state you return to most. It isn't that you have to be perfectly in that state all of the time. So I know at the beginning of my journey, I did overdo. I did try and saturate my mind with these techniques and I was really going for it. And it was exhausting. It really was exhausting. It was affecting me mentally and it wasn't helping me. And what I wanted still wasn't happening. And it just bred a lot of frustration. Now, the reason why a lot of my clients do this, and definitely the reason why I was doing it, is because I was trying to escape a feeling. I was trying to really escape where I was right now. So what we end up doing is, say for example, you're on the journey to manifesting a specific person. So you're doing all the techniques to push you in one direction. But actually, you keep on being bounced back. It's like a boomerang. You keep being pulled back for some reason. And you pull back and then you feel bad and then you spiral, but then you start doing the techniques again and you're pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And then you snap back again. And it's a really frustrating cycle, but here's how you break it. So the reason why this happens is because we're trying to escape some sort of feeling. And when I was on this journey, I was trying to escape the feeling of loneliness, of disappointment, of despair, of doom, all these heavy feelings that I would not look at. So I would manifest more. I would keep trying to pull myself in that direction, but I was always brought back because ultimately your subconscious mind is stronger than your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind cannot be outwilled by visualizing. It can't be outwilled by mental diets. What we want to do is we want to really sit with what we think is the worst case scenario. And when we're trying to outwill the subconscious with doing a bunch of techniques all the time, is we're just exhausting ourselves. So if you're sitting there thinking, I am so tired of this, nothing's moving, I'm exhausted, it's okay. Of course you're exhausted. You can't overpower your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind includes how you're feeling. Your subconscious mind is infinite. We can't overpower it. So what do we do about it? So the first thing I want you to do, and this might well put you in a state of resistance to this, but consider it. I want you to consider what your worst case scenario is in this situation. So my worst case scenario was I'm going to be on my own forever. And forever for me is a very long time. I'm going to be spending at least the next 50 years all on my own. And that was what my worst case scenario was. And I really had to sit with how that really felt. So it felt like futility. It felt like I was doomed to be alone forever. It felt like I was defective in some way. It felt like perpetual loneliness. And these feelings were everything I was trying to get away from by manifesting more, by pulling myself in that direction. But actually, when I was able to sit with these feelings and kind of unhook them, so that when I was going in this direction, the pull to come back wasn't as strong, I sat with everything in a state of non-resistance, but did it consciously. So I wasn't getting involved in it. I wasn't thinking, well, maybe I'm right, maybe I am going to be on my own forever. But what I would do is I would sit and listen to those parts of me and understand them. And of course, I was afraid of being alone forever. Who isn't? Who isn't afraid of that? Who wouldn't think that they were defective? But I really had to go into those feelings in order to unhook them so I could release them, so I could go towards what I wanted easily. So how do you do that? How do you even sit with a feeling? Where do you even start? So I want you to really get into your body and feel where this feeling is coming from. So with me, a lot of it was sort of here, just below my sternum. And I would breathe into that area. And I would allow thoughts to come up. I would allow memories to come up. I would allow myself to really feel these feelings in my body. And I'm not saying it was a quick process. I'm not saying it was easy or comfortable. It wasn't. But it wasn't as uncomfortable as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't uncomfortable enough for me to really escape these feelings anymore. You might as well feel them, because these feelings are what are manifesting now. These feelings are still manifesting in your reality, in your experience in some way. So sit with them and deal with them. And if it is, for example, that you think, well, I'm defective, sit with that feeling of feeling defective. Why do you feel defective? Who told you that you were defective? Is it true that you're defective? Why aren't you defective? And really investigate it and really shed light on that aspect of you that thinks that they're defective, that thinks that there's something wrong with them. Sit with the fear of being alone forever. What does that mean to you? What would your life look like that? How would you perceive yourself in that situation? And really dig into it, really, with no resistance. And don't worry about it manifesting, because actually it's your resistance to it that's manifesting right now. You don't need to escape it because it's already in your experience. So when you can sit with these feelings with no resistance, notice how much easier it is to then visualize. Notice how you don't have to do it so much. Notice that you just do it when you feel like doing it, that it isn't this regimented schedule that you've got yourself on. Notice how much less you have to change your thoughts. Again, this is my own experience that I advise my clients. My clients have success stories. I've had success stories with it. So I'm just saying, just give it a go. You can go back to the old way if you want to, but if you can get this right, if you can consistently sit with yourself and consistently prioritize how you feel, you will automatically know that this manifestation is meant for you. You will automatically find it easier to go in the direction you want to go in without being snapped back. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, drop a comment below if you need any help, and I will see you in the next video.